Coverage of local high school football on WCIA 3 is sponsored by Lowland Ray Insurance Group and Illinois State University. This is Friday Football Fever.
Welcome to a very wet weekend of Friday Football Fever. If you stayed at home, I don't blame you one bit. It was very, very wet.
Tough conditions.
No doubt. Brett Barron's, Marley Weird here with you. As we push towards the postseason, it is getting real.
It absolutely is. Several area teams are trying to qualify or secure their spot in the playoffs with that 5th or 6th wins. Others are already there, and for those teams, it's all about postseason positioning and, of course, those conference championships. And that's the case for Mahomet-Seymour tonight against Mattoon. The Bulldogs can win the Apollo title outright with the victory as they chase their first undefeated regular season since 2004. Bulldogs start the game with some trickery here as Quentin Rogers drags 5 defenders with him for a nice return, but not much offense besides that in the first half. Green Wave looking to get something going, but Tariq Grace mishandles the handoff, and the fumble was quickly done by Dayton Eisman. Less than a minute later, the Bulldogs give it right back. This Matthew Gordon interception for a Bulldogs 18-0 shutout.
All right, Unity also unbeaten and sitting atop the Illini Prairie Conference all alone. The Rockets hosting PaxtonBuckleyLoda. The Panthers coming off an upset over Monticello. The Rockets fans always out there in full force, and they are all over this one from the start. Blake Kimball finds the end zone to put Unity up 7-0. Next Rockets possession, Matt Brown breaks his way through the line. Nothing but clean Champaign County, wet air all the way for 6. 14-0 game at that point. PBL relied on its go-to back. Tyler Smith picks up a nice gain here for the first down, but the Panthers go for it and fail on 2 fourth-down conversions in the first half, and far too much Unity to make those kind of mistakes less than a minute before the half. Kimball calls the QB sneaker again, 35-0. Rockets roll. Our spotlight game of the week is in Fairbury between Prairie Central and Monticello. The Sages looking for that bounce back after their first loss of the season last week to PBL. Joey Sprinkle doesn't care that it's raining, looking to throw in the bad conditions. A toe tap from Spencer Mitzi on the sideline for the grab. Then at the goal line, Sprinkle calling his own number to sneak in for the score. Hawks trying to respond on offense. Owen Rafferty pitching here to Tyler Curl for the first down for the Sages. Bring him down. Now to 4th, Luke Teschke and Blake McDuffie combine on the stop for the turnover. Low-scoring affair. We'll see that a lot tonight. 12-0 Sages squeak out the road victory.
Also in the action, a lot of problems. In the first quarter, Rantoul botched 2 snaps. This one going over the head over the Eagles punter. The Spartans recover it at the Eagles' 5-yard line. Then the Spartans' Kobe Miller hangs on to this pass after a big hit for the touchdown. The Spartans drive again and pitch it to Keaton Nolan, who runs it in to put the Spartans up 14-0. 29-6, the final, as SJO should all but lock up their playoff spot with the dub. Let's go to the Vermilion Valley, where 6-1 Westville welcomes unbeaten Bismarck-Henning-Rossville-Alvin in a game that will likely decide the first VBC South champ. First quarter here, Julian Lidsema hands it over to Will Terry, who runs it. But Bismarck, Rhett Harper with good defense there, does dislodge the ball before a touchdown. Refs, of course, call it there. But Bismarck quarterback Dawson Dodd gets sacked by Westville's Drew Wichowski and Levi Pratt. Then Dodd plays a little leapfrog here to get to the yard they need to make it 7-7. It'll be 19-13 as the Blue Devils remain perfect.
It's senior night at Oakwood with the Comets playing Georgetown Ridge Farm. Oakwood also officially dedicates its field to former longtime coach Marty McFarland. A nice-looking sign there and a good honor for him. In the third, Comets QB Josh Young handing to Griffin Trees. Jaunts right in for the Oakwood TD. Georgetown doing its best to fight its way through the conditions, but the sack there, they finally get into the end zone here to make it 40-6, but it was already decided at that point. I love the ponchos from the ref there, too. They weren't wanting to get wet. Nobody was.
Hey, they were ready for it.
Whatever
Some of us weren't. I was unprepared for the cold and rain, let's just say. But Central Illinois Conference action has St. Teresa visiting Shelbyville. The Bulldogs are undefeated and outscoring opponents nearly 7-1 this season. Rams 4-1 in league play. Bulldogs off to a strong start here. You know his name, Denham Cook. All gas, no brakes. He's continued opportunity to impress there for the first score of the game. The Bulldogs pulling off a trick play here as well. It'll look like they're going to kick, but Joe Brummer runs it in for 2 as the Bulldogs lead 8-0. Rams will try and get something going here on the next drive, but it's picked off by Billy Guys. That will lead to another Denham Cook touchdown, and this one ends 42-6, all Bulldogs.
Guys, he came out of nowhere. All right. So Tuscola back in action for the first time in 2 weeks after a COVID pause. The Warriors at Warrensburg-Latham, a muddy one. Peyton Armstrong takes it himself to get in for the 1-yard score. Mom's not going to like that uniform. Maybe some Tide, bleach, whatever you're going to need to get that thing. Then Armstrong hands off to Patrick Pierce, who gets in for the score. 15-3 Tuscola with the road win. They are itching for that playoff spot after losing games and finally getting back on the field. Good to see them back in action. Time for our first break, and we've got so much more to come here on The Fever, including 2 regional title soccer games, reaction as well. But 4 more football games are first as we check in with Arcola, Villa Grove, Central, Centennial, Maroa, Forsyth, and Athens.